City of all peoples, Curitiba is also the city of all forms of artistic expression. All year round, the city offers an eclectic cultural program list filled with attractions for every taste. Here, the language of sounds and letters, of dance and performing arts, of shapes and colors, of memories and of dreams, finds a huge quantity and variety of spaces in which to manifest. Stages, art galleries, schools, museums, memorials, libraries, cinema houses, workshops. Curitibanos count on hundreds of cultural distribution points spread throughout the city. It is in these points that they seek nourishment to develop sensitivity and intelligence. At the Paranaense Museum, they come in contact with the most important moments in the city's and the state's history. The time when the region was peopled by native South American Indian peoples, the arrival of Portuguese settlers, the presence of enslaved Africans, the saga of European immigrants. We can say, without the slightest fear of being wrong, that Curitiba's soul is made from the mixture of the different cultural ingredients brought by people from all over the world and every region of Brazil in their baggage. This cultural variety that identifies Curitibanos generates a high level of demand for a wide variety of types of cultural products. That's why the city has become a mandatory stage in the route of national and international artistic events that tour Brazil, and also venue for events with major repercussion. The Curitiba Music Workshop, Latin America's largest music festival, opening event for the city's cultural calendar, bringing together masters and students of classical, popular, and electronic music from the entire world. The Curitiba Theater Festival, the country's largest event in this genre, which always happens in the month of March, showcasing the main trends in Brazilian performance arts. The International Puppet Theater Festival, which brings to Curitiba major Brazilian and foreign names in this millennial art. Christmas, which draws crowds of Curitibanos and tourists because of its beautiful Christmas-based program with choirs and nativity scene. Popular or classical, music finds auditoriums of every size. In this way, at the same time that the Camerata Antiqua of Curitiba performs a cantata by Bach, in the small room of a building built in the 1800s, a mega rock show can be happening here, on the stage of the quarry transformed into cultural space. The musicians of the Symphony Orchestra of Paraná may be rehearsing an opera by Mozart or a symphony by Beethoven to perform here in the main auditorium of Guaíra Theater, the city's most traditional. Meanwhile, who knows, students of the Brazilian Popular Music Conservatorium may be performing some of Tom Jobim's works in this old gunpowder depot transformed into an arena theater in the 70s, the Paiol Theater, opened and blessed by the poet Vinícius de Moraes. The Guaíra Theater dance troupe, of international renown, might be fine-tuning its repertoire for another tour abroad. At the same time that dancers coming from another continent dance at the Wire Opera, this poem in metal and glass that seems to dance on a stage made of water. Here at the Hoffman House is the venue of the Center for Movement Studies, national reference for artists and other professionals active in the areas of dance, theater, plastic arts, and education. In addition to counting with over 100 cinema projection rooms for all the national circuits, every week fans of the seventh art fill up the Cinemateca to watch and discuss classic films of every genre and epoch. People interested in obtaining knowledge or finding pleasure by reading have at their disposal public libraries of all sizes, downtown and in the districts. For people who enjoy the plastic arts, Curitiba offers a large set of spaces dedicated to preserving the memory and heritage of last century's masters of painting and sculpture. The art of engravers and photographers can be discovered in this 19th century building called the Solar do Barão, a cultural complex that also houses the Poster Museum and the city's comic book library. Here at the Museum of Contemporary Art, people can become familiar with propositions of cutting-edge artists. Early in the 70s, the City Hall created São Lourenço Park by recycling an old glue factory and transforming it into the Curitiba Creativity Center. Operating as a creation laboratory, this space is sought by people of all ages dedicated to researching and developing creativity in its widely varying forms under the guidance of specialists. At the beginning of the third millennium, Oscar Niemeyer, the architect, recycled the building he designed to be a school and transformed it into this awe-inspiring space, venue of the Paraná Art Museum, one of South America's largest and most important. The museum, named after the Brazilian architect best known around the world, in addition to keeping its own valuable inventory, has hosted some of the most expressive national and international plastic arts exhibitions. Built based on ethnic diversity, Curitiba nourishes and renews its own identity within this varied menu of cultural manifestations, maintained by the City Hall and the state government. So, at every day, Curitibanos broaden their vision, sharpen their sensibility, and enrich their spirit in order to build here a more humane, fairer, and happier city.